Yeah. You have really soft features. I'm honestly jealous. Anyway, for those on YouTube, hello. Welcome back to Doki Literature Club. And to the end of Chapter 1. As we are today playing Sayori's story. So, we have Yuri's story, Natsuki's story. It's time for Sayori. Now, what was Sayori's words? Give me 1 second, because I'm going to need a little bit first. Man, I'm trying to think what her words are. I should know them by heart, but if I'm honest, I don't. But if I'm right, she has a lot of preferred words. Well, due to things that are coming up. Passion. Ocean. Sunny. Pleasure's one of her words? Maybe? Portrait, maybe? Oh, you're buffering. I haven't got any dropped frames at the moment, which is unusual. I like how I almost just know a lot of hers. And I know I'm getting some of the others in here. So this is something I was waiting for. Alright, hang on actually a second, guys. Okay, so first, let me go through what we're doing with this part of the stream. We are going to go through the lore of my only ship while we play this, okay? I hope you guys don't mind. It's kind of something I want to do as well because it's something that keeps me happy. I have a ship called Sunbeam. As you can see, Sayori is the OC, or the canon in the OC canon. This is the two here. Let's put them down here as well. So, the redhead in this image here is... I need to turn the game volume off real quickly, hang on. Because I need to talk this through, and so I want to kind of talk this through on my terms, if that makes sense. So Haruki is my OC. He is added to the game via a mod intended to change the events of the game. He is first introduced after being introduced into the class, into the literature club. Your character meets with everyone, gets along, forms an opinion, and then the door opens. Slowly, a red-headed boy around your age enters the room. He looks around, his eyes 2 different color, each with a different feel when you notice it. one with a warm chestnutty glow, and the other a cold, icy feeling that pierces through you. He shyly stands in the door, his posture up straight, his arms folded behind his back. He seems to be shaking and scared. Suri notices and goes to greet them. But Monica stops her and instead walks over to inquire to the new member. Haruki discloses to Monica and the rest of the club by earshot that he's a new transfer student, new to the school, starting just this year. Though he had moved to the town a while back, this was the first time he found himself out in a public scenario with people his age. He was looking for clubs to join, and as so happened to hear about a literature club from one of the members, who is part of his class. As you will learn throughout the story, very quickly, though he doesn't know her name at first, Haruki comes from Sayori's class. Monica is surprised and confused. She seems very off-put by someone random that she wasn't even aware of. And reluctantly though, with Sayori's pushing, she allows Haruki to join the club. He goes and sits down. Hi again, Crona. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my words. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is in here already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Crona. I hope this isn't too overwhelming a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. It's not like he deserves any slack. Suri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you were just planning to come here and hang out or what, but you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you suddenly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga in the collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Monica! Manga is literature! Viva la literature! Phew! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Crona always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun. He happens to be busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my own room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Crona could become great friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't really thinking. I guess this means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy, no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reached into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. We could, you know, just discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she'd thought I'd like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I spent one night to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. The new kid is sat towards the back of the class. He seems quiet, other than the sound of graphite on paper coming from his direction. Wasn't this a literature club? Why was he sat there drawing? But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sarah and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expressions, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down in the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy with something like literature by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. Dab Cool Moo. Hello, welcome on in. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. We're currently doing Sayori's route, the final route, and I'm explaining how my character Haruki would be presented within the story. You're making your own computer virus. Oh. Be careful. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. Yeah, I would suggest not doing that. That is a very important system, my dude. Why would you do something that chaotic? We're probably going to seem really lame compared to the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival's our chance to show everyone what literature's about. The problem is, the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. You're just like another character we know here. Monica. But it's not like that, you know? We just need to find a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's just a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the things to speak into their creative minds. What's this? Siri is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Oh, well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. They work out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. Did you not hear this girl? She said she was hungry. Get her some food, goddammit. I find myself smiling. Whoa. I know you're saying it jokingly. Just cool it down a bit. Alright? Besides, I don't know if you can see her. Hang on. It's gonna be a little weird because it's gonna be desynced. Oh, I'm signing away there. Sayori is completely safe with me, do not worry. I went full weeb because Sayori is my comfort character and always will be my comfort character. I've never had a crush in a video game or anime that has lasted longer than Sayori. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble at finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder, what it would be like to see the world through her eyes? Ah! I open my eyes to feel Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school even have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you can have less time for anime, you know. Sayori, if you said it was you or anime, you know I'd pick you all the time. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair's sticking out around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. True! As someone that cosplays a male Sayori, true! I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I tried to wipe the stain off with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't care about that. Meanie. You don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Dense motherfucker! That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. When you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Look at her. Look at her. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it'd be to have a friend that does these kind of things. Huh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy when we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggled to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. All hail, Opie. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... why does it feel so weird to see Sarah's blazer buttoned up like this? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sari hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. And again, as someone that does the cosplay with the Doki uniform, I agree with Sayori here. It is stuffy when you've got everything buttoned up. Whew. That's so much better. Sari pulls out her arm and twirls around. So, if I get it unbuttoned, I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't let me do these kind of things. And you take care of me better than anyone would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Huh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just try and focus on waking up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Well, I was joking this time. Man, it's impossible to tell you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Huh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends, and I'm gonna skip here. And we're gonna... I was told Nitsuko was interested in a poem yesterday. It's probably only fair I shared mine with her first. If these are skippable, which they're not, we were gonna skip them. So guys, I'm gonna be right back. Please bear with me one more time, as we do on these streams. And I'll see you guys in a second. Well, it's about what I expect from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? Talk shit, get hit, dirtbag. I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you like it. Yuri has nothing new to say. Wow, even Monica has nothing to say on day one. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common. Oh well. We may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. By the way she talks about you. Sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So, I think that's the kind of vibe I get when I'm reading your poems. You're sure you're not reading into this too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying some different things too. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'll love to see you try new things. I am sorry guys that I am skipping things, but when I've already read it, it loses effect. So, before we go on to the next scene, the player is presented with a brand new option. The player is given the opportunity to share poems with Haruki. The player approaches the new member. His head is down as he constantly sketches in his book. He seems to be scribbling vigorously, with a lot of intent behind each stroke of the pencil. His gaze is only broken as he looks up for a second, looking at Sayori across the room. Whenever she's looked over, his head is very quickly to turn and fall, and go back to his drawing. You better introduce yourself. He returns the favour. You can't help but notice that while talking, he still keeps looking up and down from his book, directly at Sayori. You mention about her, your past, and how she is. He seems intrigued. You discuss for a while, and pass him your poem. He reads it, and compliments it on its specific style. He apologises for not knowing a lot about writing. As you're talking, Sayori approaches to share her poem with the new kid. Haruki slams his book shut for a second. In a sudden shout, I've seen a sense of fear. He quickly apologises. Not only was he loud, but he forgot to write a poem. However, he instead shares the piece of art he was working on, though reluctantly. The image starts to show the basic shapes towards a rose being grown. A pair of hands over top. Haruki explains to the player that though he excels in art, he wants to learn multiple other ways of expressing himself, showing the world who he truly is, and thought that perhaps he could start by creating an illustration. Him picking a Sayori is kept secret, and you leave him be. Oh my goodness, this is so good, Krona. Huh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Huh? Well, I'm sure that's a part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Krona poem. And that makes me feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheets against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really just happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you right now. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like you said before, Krona. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things just like this for other people? That's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much it's meant to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright. I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. Well, I forgot to do it last night. I forgot. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. That always mean. I still try my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounded just like you. Really? Yeah, especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Phew. Well, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I'd anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyes furrow with frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? Monica, please, you're killing me. Literally. Ugh. I hate it when you swallow something that goes down the wrong way. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Krona did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something in particularly aspiring, which I haven't yet. And Krona liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new members, Yuri. That's not what I... you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Krona appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he appreciated my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out my way to make everything I do overly cute, they see. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically got bigger as soon as Krona started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Krona, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poem more overly convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump to the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Krona. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings in the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Krona? Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's gonna be... Help me, Sayori! Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any word I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Huh? Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Krona... Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah. Unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why no one likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because they're different. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing, because they give you so many feelings in just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing, because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are you fighting? Because, well... Also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. This is why we love Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader. I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good present, regardless of what she says. If I may get the chance to talk to her a little bit more. Okay everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How do you feel about sharing your poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I would say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Krona, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kind of poems that everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do at least a better job impressing those that I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Krona, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. Also guys, I'm sorry that this is the Sayori voice I'm using now. I hope it's different enough from my talking voice. But giving her a lisp isn't right. And I cannot do a cutesy voice. It's been truly a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fighting like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Krona, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think that seeing you get along with everyone is making me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pet Sayori on the shoulder. No, you pet her on the head. Fuck you. I said that more to myself than to her. But it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Uh-oh. Right, hang on a second, guys. Before we continue, because I've hit more Sayori words than... I've hit a lot more Sayori words so far. Damn it. Okay, it starts from the beginning. That's good. I like it starts from the beginning. Natsuki loves her bed, so bed would be one of her words naturally. Vacation. What is it who marriage belongs to? Marriage is a Sayori word. Oh. Guys, can you stop jumping? I'm trying to get my girl. I want my girl and no one else right now. Special? Of course she deserves special. That is her word. Ready, boop. I'm scared right now. I'm scared of failing. Uh-oh. We'll see where it goes from here. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hey, Krona. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing for you to get in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come to me to buy a snack? No thanks. Huh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then, she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How do you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the club room. So, either you're not hungry, and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you'd spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. So that only leaves one other option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Kronos to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like this, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I get too absorbed in my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but that's a fun side for you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution! Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told me she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't come if it wasn't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Oh, come on. Give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles to her desk. Yeah! Ow. What was... Huh? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Okay, I am going to skip this scene, because again, it does go off. We know what happens. With her taking that and running off, and Monica coming in late. So at this point, the new kid is still at the back of the class. However, he seems to have moved to the window seat. He's peering outside on another drawing in his book. However, he seems to be starting to write some words. His scribbles seem a little more detailed this time. Krona, Krona! Surrey suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna get some supplies from another classroom. Wanna come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival is coming up? Me and Monica, we're gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Ah, are you going with Krona to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'll be happy to go with him. Oh, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find any poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Krona? Yeah, let's go. Sayori and I exit the classroom. I follow behind Sayori as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, I feel like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey, Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure I can make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone's gonna take a turn on the stage and recite their favourite poems. That sounds kind of dull. Krona, you're not thinking about it the right way. It's not just about reading the poems. It's about performing them. Like, say, the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moments between my fingers. This isn't one of hers, is it? But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm pretty sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. Meanie. I work super hard on this, you know? I know. I just bet it's pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival's gonna be so much fun. Suri spins herself around the hallway again. Hey, Krona, the classroom over here's empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, huh? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself in my room up more and more. So going on adventures with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Suri heads straight down to the closet, and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Oh. staff leaving. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand too. Just don't let Susie get them. She'll eat them. They're kind of dirty though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. And at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. Ah, I dropped one by accident. Yeah. Oh, baby, no. Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor, all the crayons spilling over her lap. Ow. You okay? Forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Jeez, Sayori. It's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori's sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hand, Sayori. And it hurts. Just do it for a second. Sayori slowly releases her hand from her forehead. Look at my queen! I gently brush her bangs aside. Ow. Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Krona, where would I even find ice around this time? Ah, I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? Doesn't really matter since it uses an ice pad rather than as a drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm already returned to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other arm to clumsily scoop up the crayons back on the floor. At least they were in the wrong spot before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Ah, sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. I'm sorry, guys, but she's just so cute. It stings. Just bear with it. It'll all feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Krona, this kind of reminds me of growing up, doesn't it? Huh? What do you mean? You know, how we used to play outside all the time. I would always try and keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Hello there, Mars.
Hey, first time player.
This is my first time playing, but I am aware of what happens in the game. We have currently played through Yuri and Natsuki's story, and now we are just going through Sayori's story and the end of chapter 1. As we're going through, you can see my OC to the middle of the screen here with the Sunbeam ship with him and Sayori, as Sayori is a very special character to me. We're going through how he would be integrated into the game, in the game's lore, how he would play if he was added. Being a character added by a mod made to save the girls, but only succeeding on Sayori, as at the end of the day, even a mod is a computer file, and it can be infected. Like, I usually fell behind, or had trouble climbing some of the things you did. Thank you as well so much for the bits, by the way. But sometimes, when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself, or get a bump, and I would start crying really hard. and you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. I'm very much into the game. I mean, since we're going in, it's a very deep subject. I'm super into this game as it... Don't worry about that, honestly. Just even you chatting is more than enough. It makes me really happy to see people chatting. Like, trigger warning for what I'm about to say, though. Doki Literature Club is a game that is extremely special to me, as I mentioned in my last stream, because it made me rethink my own suicide. And it's thanks to Sayori that I'm still here today, and I had the thoughts running through my mind that stopped me. It's almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, I do remember a bit. I guess I was always focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So, in a way it was my fault. Kinda like this time too. If I wasn't rushing out the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Krona, I don't think you realise it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You really are a sweetheart, and you're an angel. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Ooh, fursuit Monica. That's an interesting concept, actually. I took this off, but I'll put it on quickly while we're here. Although, again, the ribbon needs, the bow needs to be moved. Oh, God, what happened to it? Oh, God, what's happened to it? Hang on, let me fix this up. There's the front, there's the sides. Split it up. So, let's also fix up this bow. What's up top? I am actually a male Sayori cosplayer. Granted, it is a bit weird at the moment. For the wig needs a look at again, 100%. Across the fringe and stuff. But I do a male Sayori, or Satoshi. I also do a male Monica, called Michael, and a male Natsuki, called Natsu. I want to do a male Yuri, called Yuria, and I actually came up with a plan today of getting the purple wig and tying it at the back slightly with a red bow, and then making a book of Markov. Krona, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? Thank you so much, by the way. If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll end up for college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair of me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? Can't imagine you ever changing. So my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression on her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside. Though when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know. Good luck for that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Mars as well, thank you so much for the follow. I know this is cringe, but welcome to Arcadia, where the games are on, doors are open, games are on. We hope you enjoy your stay with us. If you are interested, let me find it. As I literally recently uploaded some more of my glitched Monica. This is the brand new version of Monica. You can find some of my cosplays here. Oh, that's alright. I hope you have a lovely night, and I will see you around, my friend. Sayori hops to her feet. She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs, trying to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Thank you so much! I'm actually doing Monica this weekend as well, so there'll be some more Monica content to come. You're back. Good timing. I was about ready to start with sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead. She's fine, don't worry about it. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into a shelf. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? Mm-hmm. I have it right. Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it right here. I found the poster paper too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Krona. And well, Sayori. I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Right, I'm going to go to the bathroom again, guys, and then we've got our last set. 2 more poems, guys. 2 more. We're getting to hell soon. Oh, I'm getting really nervous, guys, because of how quickly we're approaching. We're approaching hell very quickly. Now, we're going to get Natsuki out of the way. Well, it's not any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that's in a train wreck I'll take as a win. I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, Something tells me that Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it. This kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be the one on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around dead weight. Ugh, that was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to show you my poem. Yeah. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. So that's all the same. I know I'm writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions, but I want to make other people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Krona. Your skills are definitely improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Huh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow riders. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems that you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you have to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your readers to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you've written for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About something being ridiculed for strange interests? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have a lot in common. Well, that's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry. I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably just hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. So Sayori has a lot of change. Okay. Upon talking to the new kid, to Haruki, you learn a little more. You learn that his mother is a paramedic, and he's learned a lot about healing from her. You learn that he's had a lot of practice with having to look after himself, after his mother's job requires her to be away for a lot, and her father, as a businessman, is often not home. Ever since moving out, though, he hasn't had as much need to help heal others. His drawing is starting to take a little more shape. The flower looks more like a rose, and the shapes above look more like hands reaching out over top, as if to grab the beauty and tear it from its stem. Krona, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything, but your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the one that feels that way, so... Huh? No way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki's the least like to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think that's it. What do you mean? Well, I guess to be honest about it, it's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking of you. Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean you're a really expressive person, I guess. Like, how am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So, yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. And we have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. Huh? I don't know if I understand. You'll never understand, even when I try and explain things to you, do you, Sayori? Yes! Yes! I pet Sayori's head. Hey! I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Krona, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstand. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. Ah! I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the pieces she dropped. But, being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Sorry, I forgot about that. It's not as good as yours. Jeez. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll like it. Holy crap! And lastly to Monica, who again has nothing to say. It's pretty good. Makes me think of Sayori, like the other one you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you two do spend a lot of time with her, even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them a share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then too. I'm not like unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway. Skibbity-dibbity-dop. Skibbity-dibbity-dop. I could never in my life do something like that. So the poem comes forward. Now, in order to not interact too much with this game and kind of influence it too much, Haruki doesn't appear in any of these cutscenes. He's just in the back. He's very quiet, kind of thing, just watching everyone. So these cutscenes will play out without him. Except for here. Haruki comes up to the stadium last. Oh. Haruki will read a poem about fading beauty. This is the poem he has been writing. He wrote for this illustration. How beauty seems to disappear from a rose as soon as it is plucked. Well, why would I walk home with Yuri, Sayori? I'd still walk home with you. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Huh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Krona. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori. I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating on something that's never gonna happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her, and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Day 3. Guys, we are reaching the end. I'm scared. I'm honestly getting scared. Who's still in the chat, guys? I feel like I did really bad there. Hang on. I wanna find out who's still in the chat right now. Because I'm gonna need you guys here. Okay, that's the dead run. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you pressing piano again? Yeah. So nothing changes here, which is not unusual. This is your best one so far. It's really nice, Krona. Thanks. Sorry, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Huh? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want a nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Krona. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing poems the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah, I guess you're the one that likes this the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else. Wait, of course I do. But that doesn't mean I have to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me. And I sometimes have to put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No. Krona? I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori! I glance around the room to make sure no one has noticed this. Sayori. I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Krona. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise you, it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walked out of the classroom, humming to herself. This one's alright. Alright? Yeah, well, just about as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm just mostly glad you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Huh? No, gross! It's not like I care. Just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? It's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here. Even if I have to put up with you. Yep. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry. I was too. How the hell did you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should have just watched my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds a poem out to me like nothing ever happened. Ah! We didn't have this poem in the last two routes. Let me find it. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be your beach that your daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in the way you thought had left long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories a footprint trail, set you free in a windy sail. Not soul sail, sorry, it looks like a soul in the way I've written it. And remember the reason you're wonderful when your lips press to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that your daydreams guide out each day. I'll be the beach that will make your heart leap in a way you'd thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Well, welcome back, buddy. We are getting closer and closer to, Come on, calm. I'm trying not to... I felt like if I kept writing about negative things, so I want to write about something, a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. Where's our beach fan art, Team Savalto? So you decided to write about the beach first, and came up with a message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and us both write about it or whatever. Ugh, you can really see her doing that too. Make us write about a simple topic. I'm trying to impress us with the... I wondered why. I looked through the book and I'd completely forgotten about these two poems, and I wondered why there were two beach ones. It's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess by end up kind of being metaphorical too. There's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Let's get Monica done and out of the way, because Monica usually doesn't have anything new to say. Yeah, Monica doesn't have anything new to say here until the end. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poem and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar each day. I'm so surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we've kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing much of her in the past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see. That reminds me. About how Sayori's been a little off today. Yeah, did she tell you something? Well, Krona, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright, just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It'd be terrible if something was bad to happen to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright? You know, I feel like learning and looking... Yeah. The after poem's the exact same. So, day 3 of poems. You approach Haruki. He sat back at the window this time, again. He's reciting his poem. And it looks like his art is complete. What looked like a wonderful rose, with hands reaching, now resembles a wilted husk. Bony skeleton hands reaching over top, with a skull looming in the background, eyes glooming. He asked the player about Sayori. If this was normal for her. As mood that low isn't a good thing. He could feel her negative energy as soon as she had entered the classroom that day. He discusses how, through all her classes, she also seemed distracted, more so than usual. He passes the play at the drawing, apologizes for not having a poem on show, and gets up to leave. I see. I think you're improving at writing in general, Krona. But I can't help but feel a little bit foolish. Huh? What for? I feel like I kept trying to offer advice when it should have been clear to me that you prefer a different writing style. I probably just sounded arrogant. Oh, I'm so stupid. Yuri, that's a little... No, you don't understand. I spend so much time worrying about what's better and what's worse. Not just for you, with Natsuki and Sayori. It's obvious now that nobody was having fun when talking to me. And because of that, I'll just keep my mouth shut about your poem. Yuri buries her head and her arms into her desk. That's not the first time I've seen her do that. I don't think it's ever as bad as you make it sound in your head. I think if people really didn't like talking to you, then it would be a lot more obvious. There's the clock's moving forward. I know you like to read deeply into things, but some things are just worth taking at face value. I've gotten so used to it that it's hard for me to comprehend any other possibility. Gotten used to what? Reading deeply into things? Being disliked? Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry. I never meant to bring this up. Yuri turns away from me. You should go. Huh? Please. Please don't look at me right now. I want to do some thinking. Are you sure? Yuri nods. Alright. I leave Yuri be. Comforting or reassuring her is nearly impossible as it is. So when she wants to be alone, I think anything I could say would only make matters worse. I feel bad, but thankfully she doesn't take it out on me. I'll wait until she's feeling a little bit better. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange right now? Huh? So, we get our usual choice on who do we want to help. Okay? So I'm skipping through it because it is a lot of dialogue. You know me right now. I want to help Sayori. I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I'd prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors and... But Monika said that Sayori was already helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much? No? Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Just think of the club, okay? Fine, Monika, I'll join you. If I can't have Sayori, I'll have you, who's working with Sayori. How's that sound, huh? Don't know why I'm going sassy. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monika. Yay! You picked me. Hold on a second. Yeah. Monika, you're the one that needs the least help out of all of us. But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work the most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Krona was the one who... That doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking in the first place. You're the club president, Monika. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monika, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with your decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you were the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monika. Yeah. We have a lot of work to do, you know? If we want to do a good job, you make us work alone. maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If we want our event to succeed, we need to appropriately distribute our resources. So you're gonna do the right thing, President? Okay. I get it. It's technically most logical for Corona to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do. Alright. Who should we help? We are going to skip through it, but who should we help? I know. I'm gonna pick Natsuki again, but I will explain why. So Haruki here would have a hard time. Haruki would be sent to whoever you don't pick. When they would chime in that it's not fair, Haruki would finally lift up... Haruki wouldn't be here, would he? Haruki wouldn't be here, I just said he leaves. Okay, so this is basically... The reason I'm doing it weird here is that this is part of the story I haven't worked out mentally yet. So either Haruki leaves, and he gets set up with the other girl, or Haruki just doesn't get included, basically. Now, if he gets put with Yuri, Yuri will say a lot of good things. Remember that Haruki is an artist. He likes to do art things. Now, a cutscene that would play off screen as almost like a side story, an almost side story for him, and this would be an interesting one if his side stories were actually his hangout events, okay? And him finding Sayori. His hangout with Yuri will find him discovering her wounds, to which he will reprimand her, and help her tend to some of them. Haruki will, unromantically, platonically, help Yuri feel a little more confident about the scars on her arms. For those that didn't realize, during Yuri's story, when she turns back with the knife, she's testing the sharpness on herself. I'm not sure with Natsuki yet. I feel like with Natsuki, it would be a family thing, where Haruki reveals that he's always wondered what it's like to have a younger sister, or a sibling, and they would bond over that. And they would also bond over how shit their dads are. As we say, Haruki's dad is never around. As a businessman, he is... Well, I don't know. I almost feel like Haruki would not live alone. And I keep backpedaling on that one. I feel like he wouldn't live alone, but it would almost be like he does. Because his dad's a businessman that's always away overseas, and his mother, being a paramedic, means that she's often on duty. Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, but who knows what might happen once we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel so nervous about Sayori finding out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. It's already Sunday. I'm getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We all know about these texts from the last story. I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door and enter it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a bit of a habit and simply entering each other's houses like we're family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her room, where I finally find her. Sayori. It's this scene again, and I'm going to play it out, because I think anyone that's watching this just as a single, you guys need to see how powerful this is. Hi, Krona. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this for a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It's been a long time. It's on the day of the festival. Since your stream, I've had that in my head. It's the day of the festival. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I always recognise the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today? Yeah, but wait, how did you know about that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Ah, that's true. What about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan up to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Natsuki then. Yep. That line will change to, oh, it's just us guys then. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behaviour is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well, so... Sayori smiles, shaking her head. I know, bad timing, but I need a cola right now. That's no good, Krona. Huh? Why can't it be just like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make this stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been ever even thinking about me right now. Oh, but this is my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori. I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So just tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Krona. But you're wrong. Nothing's happened to me. I've always been like this. So she does reveal it in her story. I was just not paying attention. Well, that has made me even more happy to play this game. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Krona? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm so late to school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste them by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want everyone to be happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Depression is, mental health in general, is a silent killer. And I can't stress that enough. If someone opens up to you about it, don't shrug it off. If you think someone is suffering, try and bring it up. Try and help. All you can do is try. Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why Sayori? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like you betrayed me as a close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much I can do, I would have tried a bit harder to make every day a little bit better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Krona. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have wasted effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes. But it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. Okay, I've told, like, 3 people about this, but the reason I got to the point where I was pulled back by a force, and I didn't realize it the first time we went through this scene, is I was so tired of people caring about me. And I was so scared I was nothing. I was just wasted effort. Seeing that now. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right. That I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Krona. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. Oh, Sayori. Sweetheart, if I could, I would hug you through the screen. Your lies and slander. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace. Krona, Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, that's just a bonus. But please, please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Krona. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Krona, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in yourself to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make those feelings go away. And if there's anything you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I'm so sorry, guys, with the voice as well. I know my voice goes really bad when I get tearful. I'm so sorry. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Krona. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let go as well. The festival's tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How'd you like for me to spend it with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this had to be the one where I had other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I would never forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me in my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It'd be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't think that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? I never noticed that on the fucking first playthrough as well. Now, I think anyone with things like depression or people that burn out really quick, what she has right now is social burnout. She doesn't want to face anyone. Oh shit, playing this game again, it's a big reminder of how much I relate to this character. It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'll try my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I still find myself uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki's becoming over too. I think Sayori's right. I shouldn't be worrying too much. No, you should fucking worry a ton, you stupid twat. We're gonna skip through this because we just went through it, so. Sayori? Hi, Krona. Sayori, just now we weren't... So let me go to the point where Natsuki runs, and we'll continue this discussion. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but the imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself. See? What? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start falling down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Krona? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Krona. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being my selfish self. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So, even if it takes an entire lifetime. Okay. I also want to chime in here with not only where Haruki would go from here. Okay, where Haruki's story would go here, but I also want to chime in with something really important to mention is that to all my friends, yes, I do worry about you a lot. I'll usually, like, if someone hasn't talked in like 6 hours and they're usually talkative on Discord, I start to get worried about them. Admittedly, like, it's not on the same level as obviously here, and I know that might get annoying for some people, and I really do feel bad that it feels like I pester them. But even when I don't pester and when I let that worry build, I find that when the person returns, it's one of the best feelings. It's so much relief and it feels so nice to see people happy and know that they're happy, and like the worry, it's really a good feeling for me to know that the worry is nothing. So for people worried about me, that if Sayori was real, like, I would worry too much and she would worry about me too much, I would worry, yes, but when I get to her, I'd feel like an idiot and I would laugh about it. As for Haruki, on your way home, you cross paths with a familiar face. Haruki walking by on his way to Yuri, or Natsuki's. No wait, no, they're on the way to his. You bump in, on the way back, you bump into Haruki, basically. He mentions that he's on his way to get some extra supplies after they ran out. When questioned, are you sure that you want to they've never been to your house before, are you sure they're okay alone? He'll just return with a smile that he told them where the bathroom is, and his parents won't be home for a while. Although if his mother did come home, he would be rather embarrassed. He asks if the player has seen Sayori at all. And it starts to become very obvious that he has a little thing for her. In fact, he discusses with the player his feelings for her. He worries that it's a bit too soon, but inquires, should I pick her up tomorrow? Go around to hers now? see how she is, as I hear she's not too well, and perhaps invite to pick her up tomorrow for the event. Or were you planning to? If you select, it's worth a shot. The next day, Haruki will go to pick up Sayori. If you select, probably give it some more time. Or, I don't know about that. Haruki will be upset, but ultimately agree with you that it is probably a bit too soon. This will lead to him not going to Sayori's the next morning, and the game playing out as normal. I'm gonna be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put my hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Krona. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Krona, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I'll always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Sayori, I love you. Huh? Those are my true feelings. So, there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you're truly the most important person ever to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens, as long as we can continue like this every day, with you by my side. Then I know we'll both be happy. Krona? Oh God. Oh. I feel lightheaded. Suddenly. Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. Krona, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her close. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Krona. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now, why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Krona. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay? I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow Our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we are, like, a couple, I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Krona? Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Huh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of fawns when you told me that you loved me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that. But in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me. But I'm having so much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting any change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. I'm going to go to the bathroom, guys, before we face this. As we are finally facing the day. God, stop. Stop this. So, I think it's important that I do this as quick as possible and rip the band-aid off. Okay, we are going to go through the scene, but it can't get any worse until the end. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself. And with that, we're going to save, as that is the end of Sayori's story. Now we're going to return to the desktop to make sure we've done this correctly, as we should have all 9 pictures. We also got a new song. I can't wait to hear these in action. We now have all pictures in the game. So now, guys, we can unlock the perfect ending. We have also unlocked pretty much 3, 4, 5, 6. We have unlocked all of the side stories. So guys, next stream, prepare for that. But we now have to finish chapter 1. Ah, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought Yuri would at least be here by now. Monika is placing little booklets on each of the desks of the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared with all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. So, that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised she didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. The thing on the day that's this important should try a little harder. I say that, but suddenly I remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Krona. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you bitch! Exchange? Monika, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sarah really tell her about that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monika is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason, I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. There's literally no music. Oh, foreboding. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is printed on its own page, giving me an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during the practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. I know exactly which one this is. This is percent sign. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Get out of my head. 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 Just get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know what is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. Now there is quite a few more get out of my heads. But the poem's never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Krona? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori has written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go to Sayori. Right, try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself! Monika calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her, or help her wake up. Even if it's a simple gesture of walking her to school that makes me really happy. Besides, I told you yesterday that things would be the same as it's always been. That's all she needs, that's all I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Warning guys, those easily triggered. I'm so sorry. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house, that's really something a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't this kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. See? Come on, come on, come on. I can do this. 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 It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I'm so sorry you guys had to hear that. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best, and that everything would be okay. And why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it was for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. Just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it's always been. Then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do will bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance and I wasn't enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But still, I couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. Never. Never, never, never. End of chapter 1. And what you know? She's gone. Sayori is completely gone from the title screen. Instead, replaced by the amalgamation. Now, I'm going to click this. We're going to start. And you can see things are going to shit. But we are not starting a new playthrough right now. Guys, I'm sorry. And I hope you guys can understand. But I need some time now, okay? I'm gonna need some time to kinda get through this. We'll also notice that currently in files, she no longer exists. Her words are still there. And now the drawing makes sense. I'm really sorry, guys, that I just... Like, for that reaction, I'm sorry. Alright. We're gonna have to end for today, guys. Thank you to everyone that's dropped by and, like, joined me today. Now, I will say, friends, viewers, for the next few days, I'm not going to be okay. Okay? Like, I'm not going to be very mentally okay, as a warning kind of thing. But I'm also not unsafe, if that makes sense. So I might act a bit off. I don't know if this is making sense. Basically, for the next few days, guys, I'm going to be a bit off after facing that. That is... That was my first time facing her suicide. Like, in my whole time loving this game. I've seen pictures, but I've never faced it in person. So it was like ripping a band-aid off. Like a band-aid off a fresh cut, with the stickies still in the cut. It hurts. And so for the next few days, it is going to mentally affect me seeing that. But I also have to say we're protecting me. For those that know, I like my idea of a guardian angel, and I like to feel like, after seeing the effect, my guardian angel may have taken their form as well. I know it's a bit of a weird thing to say, but I have someone protecting me, basically, and I won't be doing something stupid. So, I'll be safe, I just won't be okay. Yeah, so, to finish off chapter 1, if Haruki had gone to Sayori, what will happen is that he will find her about to hang. Or whenever Haruki goes to see her, he'll find her about to hang. Now she does kick the chair out and does start. Haruki will panic and scream. Ultimately, Haruki smashes her mirror, her large mirror, by punching it repetitively. Keep in mind this makes his hand bleed. And using a sharp shard from said mirror, he cuts her down after she's passed out. He then roughs up the room and takes her back to his, where he will look after her. His house, Haruki's house, is a representation of his files. Anyway, guys, thank you seriously for joining me. We're going to pass on to something a little lighter, okay? We're going to pass on to Fanart, currently playing the Kingdom Hearts franchise. For those that have been affected by this game, I send you hugs and kisses. And I hope you all have a lovely night, so please, stick around, alright? There's no... I can't finish this in my normal, over-the-top way. Please go and enjoy some Kingdom Hearts. And I will see you guys next time, okay? Oops. This is kind of sweet, so